Tutor Malvis, and in this video I'm going to be talking about standard forms, and this is also known as scientific notation. Standard form, also known as scientific notation. So what is standard form? Standard form, aka that is also known as scientific notation, is a way of writing very large or very small numbers in a compact form. So that is basically what standard form is all about. Writing very large numbers in a compact form or very small numbers in a compact form. So how does standard form look like? A number is said to be in standard form. A number is said to be in standard form if it is rewritten in the form a times 10 raised to power n. So before you can say that a number is in standard form, it must have this format: a times 10 raised to power 10, and a can be any number between 1 and 10. So where 1 is less than or equals to a, of course absolute value of a less than or equals to 10. So the implication of this is that a can be 1, alright, but a cannot be less than 1. So 1 is less than or equals to a, meaning that a is greater than or equals to 1, and at the same time a is less than 10. So a cannot be equals to 10, so a can be a number between 1 and 9. And another thing is that n, that's the power of 10, is an integer. It's an integer which can be positive or negative. If it is 0, then 10 to the power of 0 will become 1. Are we together? So this is how to represent standard forms. So why do we use standard form? We use standard form to simplify writing and reading of very large numbers or very small numbers. Then we use it in scientific calculation, and we sometimes use it to make comparisons and computation easy. So let's see how to convert numbers to standard form. Examples, and I'm going to be giving you guidelines on how to go about different formats of question. Express the following in standard form. We have A, we have 5,000. We have B, we have 0.00045. We have C, we have 4231. D, let's say 600.84. E, let's say we have 34.694. Now let me give you some rules that will guide you in converting numbers to standard form. All right, so rule, and you must never forget them. When the number is greater than or equals to 10, all right, the power of 10 is positive. All right, don't forget that when we want to represent scientific notation, it must be in this format. It must be in this format. Let me underline it so that will guide you. This is the way scientific notation should look like. That is standard form. So, and I told you that the value of A must be between what? 1 and 9. So if the number that you want to convert is greater than 10, so that is the first rule I'm giving you. When the number is greater than or equals to 10, the power of 10 in that scientific notation is positive, and the decimal point is moved to the left, and the decimal point is moved to the left. Are we together? But when the number is less than 1, when the number is less than 1, what happens? The power of 10 is negative. The power of 10 is negative, and the decimal is moved to the right. The decimal is moved to the right. So we are going to be demonstrating this rule in answering the questions we have. Express the following in standard form. The first one, we have 5,000. So solution. A, 5,000. As you can see, 5,000 is greater than 10. All right. So what do we do? In 5,000, this is where the decimal is. That is after the last 0. And if a number is greater than 10, we have to move the decimal backwards, right? So in this number, move the decimal point 3 places to the left. That's what you are going to do. So you count 1, 2, 3. So now you place the decimal in front of 5. So that will be 5.000 multiplied by 10 to the power of, how many times did you count backwards? 3 times. So that's 5.00 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. Or you can simply say 5.0 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. Or you can also say 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. Don't forget that if the number is greater than 10, the power of 10 will be positive. So that's why we are having 3, not negative 3. And then the decimal is moved to the left. So that is that about question A. Then B, we are to convert 0.00045 0.00045. Now this number is less than 1. All right, and because it is less than 1, we are going to move the decimal point forward. So move the decimal point 4 places to the right. So from here, this is the decimal, as you can see here. So we are going to shift it now. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you place the decimal between 4 and 5. You cannot place the decimal in front of 5 because in standard form, a times 10 raised to the power n, your a must be between 1 and 9, and 45 is already greater than 9. So that's why the number must be less than 10. So you place the decimal between 4 and 5. So you have 4.5 times 10. Now, looking at the number given to us, it is less than 1, and the power of 10 will be negative. So negative, how many times would we count? 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be negative 4. So 0.00045 in standard form will be 4.5 times 10 to the power of negative 4. Let's look at the third question. We have 4231. 4231. This is also a number that is greater than 10. So we assume that the decimal is somewhere here. All right. This is 4,231. So what do? You shift the decimal 3 places backwards. So that will be 1, 2, 3. So this becomes what? 4.2 times 10 to the power of, how many times did you shift it? 3. So that should be Let's solve the third question. 4,231 in standard form. So here we assume that the decimal is in front of 1 here. And so, because this number is greater than 10, all right, we have to shift our decimal 3 places backward. So move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So that will be 1, 2, 3, and the decimal will be in between 4 and 2. So that will be 4.231 times 10 to the power of what? 3. So the power of 10 here is positive because this number is greater than 10. Then D we have 600.84 in standard form. 600.84 in standard form. So this number is also greater than 10. So we need to move the decimal point backwards. So that will be 1, 2. So that will be 2 places backwards. So you have 6.0084 multiplied by 10 to the power of, how many times did you move it backwards? 2. So this is this number in standard form. Then the last one, let's check it. We have 34.694. 34.694. This number is also greater than 10, and so this decimal will be shifted to the left. Move it one place backwards. That will be 3.4694 multiplied by 10 to the power of 1. All right. So that is how to represent this number in standard form. What if you are given 0.031 to represent in standard form? Of course, we know that this number is less than 1. And because it is less than 1, this decimal point will be shifted to the right. So that will be 1, 2. So this number will become 3.1 times 10 to the power of negative 2. because we shifted the decimal point 2 times. What if you are given 0.23? This is also less than what? 1. So you shift the decimal backwards by 1. That will be forward by 1. That will be 2.3 times 10 to the power of negative 1. So this is how to represent different numbers in standard form.